Thank you for listening to REED-BBS. Ciao.
REED-BBS, BBS. On the precipice of Cuatro de Mayo, I think a lot of things about Jaime Munguia. I think Jaime Munguia was a weight bully at 54, and he picked on poor Saddam Ali. He beat the brakes off Saddam Ali, who moved back down to welterweight in his very next fight. Munguia looked like a fucking monster in that fight. I thought we was looking at a potential next great Mexican fighter with the way that he dispatched of Saddam Ali. Munguia devoured him, much like David Benavidez consumed the overmatched Demetrius Boo-Boo Andre. It was similar to that. Munguia just overwhelmed poor Saddam Ali. I think Jaime Munguia lost to Dennis Hogan. So I think Munguia's record should really be 42-1 instead of the 43-0 that it is currently listed at, because Dennis Hogan beat him. I'll never change my mind on that. I think Golden Boy Promotions protected Jaime Munguia, developing him, quote unquote, you can say, to the point of refusing to exercise a mandatory challenge for world title shots at middleweight. Munguia was Jamal Charlo's mandatory for real for like 2 fucking years and never once demanded his shot. I thought Jaime Munguia was gonna lose to Gabe Rosado. Evidently, I was wrong. I thought Jaime Munguia's win over Sergey Derevianchenko could have and probably should have been a draw. So scratch that 42-1 I said a few moments ago. Let's make Jaime Munguia's real record 41-1-1. That's what it should be, to reflect the loss to Dennis Hogan and the draw to Sergey Derevianchenko. Now, focusing on that Derevianchenko fight for a second, it could have all come apart right then, right there, in round 5, if I'm not mistaken, versus Derevianchenko. Munguia was getting his ass whipped, taking shots against the ropes, not looking good at all. The pro-Munguia crowd was in a panic. They didn't know what they were looking at. It's like, yo, man, what the fuck? Like, come on. But Munguia sucked it up. Just like that 16-year-old thrown into the pro ranks against grown-ass men nearly 11 years ago, Munguia sucked it up, man. Jaime Munguia is coming for it all on May 4th. Cuatro de Mayo. He's coming for Mexican pride. He's coming for machismo. Coming with machismo, with Mexican pride. A potential classic Mexican rivalry on Cuatro de Mayo? What? Like what? Kid? Canelo will get the absolute best of Jaime Munguia. Whatever his best is that night, he's gonna get it. Like on some James Ingram shit. I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Well, Jaime Munguia's bringing his best. On the biggest stage of his career, biggest payday, biggest fight, this is Munguia's moment, his opportunity. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Like, this is it. This is it, Munguia. I didn't think much of Jaime Munguia until his last couple fights. Derevianchenko, which I just spoke upon eloquently, and then the KO of John Ryder. So Munguia's bringing positive momentum into the Canelo fight. He couldn't be more confident in himself, and that confidence will have to be beaten out of him. He won't just succumb to the event just because. Canelo's gonna have to take Munguia's O from him. He's gonna have to snatch that shit, because Munguia ain't coming off it easily or lightly. To prove that he's not just the face of boxing, but the face of Mexican boxing. It's bigger than just the world. It's Mexican boxing. Boxeo de Mexicano. That's what they're fighting for. And while I do not expect Jaime Munguia to win, he's going to be a very tough out, like I stated. He's younger. He's taller than Canelo. Remains to be seen who's the bigger, stronger man after Canelo fills out post-weigh-in. But what we do know is Munguia has a higher, more consistent work rate. He's consistently busier than Canelo. Yes, that affords Canelo countering opportunities, but it can also fatigue Canelo, especially if he isn't making Munguia pay for letting his hands go. And as we also know, sans clenbuterol, without the clenbuterol, that Mexican meat or whatever he had found in his system, without that, Canelo's been a spurt fighter for a large portion of his career, for large stretches of his career, a spurt fighter. And a long, drawn-out, taxing, up-tempo affair isn't really to Canelo's liking. It never has been. Damn sure won't be to his liking at this stage of his career. And it'll be fun seeing if Munguia can make it one. It'll also be funny as fuck if Canelo, after shamelessly ducking El Monstro David Benavidez, be funny as fuck if Canelo got beat by Jaime Munguia, but I don't see it happen. We will see a hell of a fight, though. Make no mistake about that. REED-BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.